Did you think that was a brave performance considering the circumstances?
Sorry?
Did you think that was a brave performance from the team considering?
Yeah, it was it was full of effort. I thought they stepped up and really really gave it had a real crack, a real dig. And given the lead in, the change up of sides and 4 debutants and people with COVID and people coming back from COVID, it was a pretty brave effort. It could have done a few things a bit better, but given the short turnaround and prep, it wasn't a bad display.
Yes, it's a pretty strong statement, isn't it? The club's still united despite all the drama you've had this week.
Yes, and and we've got a bit of work to do. And I'm just being honest. We've got a bit of work to do. So, but as long as we're all sympathetic to each other's cause, we'll get there.
How, taking into account tonight as well, how would you describe the week emotionally, including the game?
It's been very emotional on all different aspects. But we're humans, and I think as long as we take, I think as long as we sort of take some learning lessons out of it, and as long as we sort of grow and I think tolerance going forward. It's never going to be solved, but at the same time, we certainly don't want to be able to shy away. We certainly want to work at it. Yeah.
Des, a moment ago when we said you've got a bit of work to do in response to that question, was that about football or everything else that's happened this week? Or
Everything.
Des, what do you think the reception will be for those 7 blokes coming back in this week?
Sorry?
What do you think the reception will be?
I think I used the word earlier before, sympathetic. We need to be honest, and certainly, accountability. Yeah.
There's the chairman of the board is back. Have you had discussions with him, and if so, what have been the tone of those discussions? Yeah,
no, the discussions have been very good, we'll just keep pushing forward now. The discussion's been very good.
Daly, how are you going to make sure when the players come back in that the team is unified? Because obviously in some of the outside noise, there are still those kind of pushing the division aspect.
Yeah, I think it's really important for us to understand where everyone comes from. I think, for us to play in this jersey, how can we not go in there and understand and accept what people have done if we're out here trying to represent inclusiveness and diversity? So it's not easy. As Des said, there's human emotion attached to this, so it's not going to be perfect, but it could bring us together like never before. So, like I said, I always see the opportunity in things, and I think this can be a chance for us to come together and understand a bit more about each other, and learn from it and move on.
David, just on football side of things, have you ever been proud of a team that's gone by 10 points in the game, just the way you actually came together?
No, I haven't come off after a loss, and probably being quick to smile, I guess. Yeah, because when you sit back and think about what's happened this week, all we ever asked was everyone to just give their effort, give everything they could, and against a really good side tonight, we did that. And for the massive fans that came tonight, I hope we did them proud, and we spoke about that's probably the main objective tonight, is to do the club proud and the fans proud. So I hope we've done that.
Did it feel any different how you're taking into account the warm-up and maybe taking into account what's going on in the crowd a little bit more maybe as opposed to the game and there's a bit else going on? But again, back to the emotion of the evening, what you were surrounded by?
No, not really, to be honest. I felt like everyone who came tonight really got behind us. It was a nice vocal crowd, which you expect when you play at home. So really proud of everyone that came to support us and cheered us on tonight. But I guess as the player point of view, I knew coming in tonight there was not as much pressure as usual. We had some obviously massive changes to our playing squad, so I reckon everyone just wanted to see us commit to an effort for the club, and that's exactly what we did tonight. So that's sort of why I'm so proud, is because we were up against it tonight, but we did ourselves proud.
This is a question for both of you. Obviously, the sporting landscape is changing, and there's pressure on people to, and clubs or individual athletes to stand up for various rights or to stand up for particular causes. Do you see that there's going to be more of this sort of thing? Does that also come with a downside in what we've seen this week?
I'd like to answer that. I guess as a player, I think we need to be really careful about how much we push onto the players to commercialise the game. If you look at a dressing room as an NRL squad, it is very diverse and it is very inclusive. So I just wonder how much we need to do as athletes, I guess, to push out there, because we already are a lot of things of what we're trying to represent and what the club tries to make you represent. So I think at some stage we have to understand that, you know, sport is pretty inclusive and it's not perfect. It does have boundaries, but I know for my time in the game, it does represent a lot of the things that we're talking about tonight. But unfortunately, when people get put in a position to have to do something they don't want to do, then I think that's when you see positions like tonight.
Des, there's been a bit of talk about leadership this week, and I think I'm interested to know your thoughts first off the field, the way that Chaz spoke, and also the way that Chaz and Foran and Garrick turned up tonight to lead, 7 guys who don't regularly play NRL around the field.
Yeah, I thought they led extremely well, but they're competitive players, and that's just in their nature, and they're going to step onto the field. That's the way they're going to play. Probably coming back to your question, and just adding on to what Ches was saying, and there was also so much to process this week for young people and issues and the social that goes with it. So it's been, as I said before, I hope it's been a learning curve,
Do you think that conversation with Ian Roberts and the players all sitting around the table together is any closer?
I can see it happening. Yep.
All good, everyone?
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks, guys.